Hello, everyone. Again, we are here on behalf of the United States Spiritist Federation, presenting to you our series of talks. And today we have a very special guest that is Estevan Bertozzo. Estevan Bertozzo lives in Ireland for more than 10 years. He's married and has two lovely girls. And he's a worker of the Spiritist Society of Ireland, Ireland Spiritist Federation, and help to spread Spiritist teaching internationally. I have the pleasure to meet Stephen many years ago and to visit him and the work he's doing in Ireland, and it's a wonderful work. So when we started doing the series, immediately we thought about him, and we feel very blessed to have him with us today. But before we start and give the word to Stephen, we always like to start with a prayer. So I would like to invite you all to join me. So we elevate our thoughts, unite our hearts, asking for the presence of the benefactors that have been guiding and assisting us in this work of dissemination of love and enlightenment throughout the world. We pray that we may have the necessary strength to overcome our own imperfections and to deal with the challenges life presents to us, with an aim to help us grow spiritually speaking. We ask for guidance and assistance for our guest speaker, and that through his presentation we may learn and above all put in practice the teachings it will be given to us. And we ask permission to start this talk. Okay, so now we have the pleasure of having Stephen. So it's with you now, Stephen.
Okay, nice to see you. Thank you for having me. I would say, hello, America. It's nice to be here. Thank you for this invitation, especially to the American Federation. And today, we're talking about during a storm in our life. It's the name is easy. Everybody had a storm in our life, in your life, and I'd like to start with let you think. That's the way I like to do the speech sometimes. I'm not here to teach anything. I'm here to share knowledge and ask questions, and that questions will may lead us to think about, and we may have common answers, we may have not. And the first question I'm showing to you is, what is the common among these pictures? You have seen is nature. We call catastrophes, but it's an earthquake, a thunderstorm, a wildfire. So it's a lot of events caused by nature, which may cause something. Okay, sometimes we define a time, okay, before that storm or after that storm, before that earthquake or after that earthquake. Okay, and also one more set of pictures to think about it. So, and what's the common here? Like someone wrap up your bags and now you're in the airport, going to a different life, or you are moving house, moving country, moving job, or you lost your job and you were not expecting it. So, what is the correlation among these moments? why we have this in common with an earthquake and losing our job? What's the common between a thunderstorm, a hurricane, and moving? This, let's say, this take us from our comfort zone. And I would say, as the picture is saying there, outside of our comfort zone, it is where the magic happens. And what are these magics? The magic is going for our dreams, getting confidence, exploring new things, choosing happiness, fulfillment, getting the most out of our life. So this is outside of our comfort zone. Sometimes when you lose your job, you find a new job that you love, and sometimes we ask to ourselves, why I haven't changed before? Sometimes we are seeking different patterns and we find new ways to live. And most of the times we are used to complain about what we don't have. And we don't use the gifts, the abilities we already have. It's easy to complain. That's why we complain about it. But it's difficult to put ourselves in action, put our hands on, and 98% of our time, we act as a victim. And life doesn't come to us. She gives us signals, and we need to understand these signals to make our decisions, to choose. So we complain. We complain because I'm sick of this job, I'm sick of this behavior, I'm sick to be locked down, I'm sick because I don't have time for my family, and this and this and this. We are always complain, poor us. But now you lost your job, you are at home with your family, and we are complaining. Simple example, complaining about the sunny days, oh, it's too hot, it's too warm, we need this, and when rain, oh, I need sun. So what we need? What do you need for yourself? What do you want from life? Which signal they are giving to us? Perhaps losing a job is a signal. Perhaps moving to another country is a signal. And we have the life-changing. According to Emmanuel was the spiritist guide from Chico Xavier. Jesus taught us that it's necessary to leave the gates of goodness open. And it doesn't matter if we're going to suffer or not, but we need to go and move. Because this, what looks like a suffering for us, it's a lesson that we need to learn. It's a lesson that we need to figure out. So every difficult moment, I invite you to think about your life. Think about what you have passed through your life. And in those moments when you are struggling, when you have most difficult parts of your moments in your life, when you overcome it, when you overcame this, you felt something new. So I got it. I did it. I am the best. You know, you're feeling that sensation that, wow, I'm speechless. I'm proud of myself. So these difficult moments brings you to think about why you are here, why you are having this moment. And moving forward, uh, we need to ask, and why I did the correlation with the nature action? Because like every part in the world, we are suffering with this lockdown, and for sure some of you have may think why we are having this, or why we are passing through this, or sometimes why God is allowing this. And to explain that, I like to introduce you to the book, the Spiritist book, question 536, item A, and they ask, do the natural phenomena always have a humankind as their objective? And the answer is sometimes. They occur for a reason directly related to humankind. Why this happens? To reestablish the balance and the harmony. So that's why we have the nature actions, because they are not balanced, and now they are balanced. They have this. And how this nature balance and our decision to move out of our comfort zone makes connection. Let's see an history event that happened in 1859. In June 24th, 1859, the Battle of Solferino. The Battle of Solferino was a decisive engagement with Italian and in the Italian history, because they want to reunite the country, so they have some battles. And luckily, in the Spiritist Review from September 1859, Kardec had an opportunity to have a conversation with one spirit who was in this battle. And he was an officer for the Italian army. And the conversation is long, but I want to call your attention for the items 12, 13, and 14. The item 12, they said, there was a huge thunderstorm at the end of the Battle of Solferino. Was it due to a serendipitous or cause or providential design? Every serendipitous cause is the result of God's will. Such a storm had an objective then. What was that? And the spirits answer, yes, for sure, to seize the battle. And then Kardec said, was it provoked in the interest of any of the belligerent parts? Which one? Yes, particularly in the interest of our enemies. And they said, why? And the answer is, don't you know that without that storm, our artillery would have annihilated the Austrians? So, 1,000 people died in this battle. If I'm not wrong, over 2,000 people from both sides, from the Italians. This is a joint between France and Italy against the Austrian. So over 2,000 people died in this battle. And God allowed a thunderstorm happen to seize the battle, because more people will die. See, they had to stop something. They have to think about, because of an event. And how this how our life change occurs. And I like to ask you one more question. Do you know what is the difference between life and existence? Existence begins when we born, okay? And cease when we die. And life is something beyond that. We only have one life, but many incarnations. We find this in 1942, chapter 1, Heaven and Hell. So it means I have my life incarnated, and I have my life discarnated. Incarnated sometimes, discarnated sometimes, but it's one life. And according to Kardec, the immortality is the Spiritism moral power. And how this life-changing occurs. When people are tired of suffering. And the only way to overcome it is doing the opposite. Like if you are eating too much salt, you either stop to eat salt or you're gonna eat sugar. It's the opposite. We seek the opposite. So when we are trying to do something in this way here, and we got stuck, we don't move forward, we always lose something, we stop that and let's do differently. And most our lifetime changing scenarios happens when we are tired of one situation. So this is how God gets good out of evil and how humanity make use of badness. This is in Gospel According to Spiritism, chapter 8, item 14. You got the point? It's us. We need to stop and blame someone else and take responsibility for our own actions. We need to take the responsibility for our deeds. And what's the secret sauce? What's this secret sauce? Well, the message of life always brings us good news. Even though when we think it's a sorrow or pain, life brings us back what we give to her. If you give a willingness to live, the life open up new opportunities to us. The lifetime troubles always push us hard to find out one way to overcome that barrier, to reinvent ourselves and find courage, wisdom to move on. Remember? Using a bad moment to make a good moment. So when we are struggling, we find out new ways, we find out more new challenges. And these troubles we have in life depends how you face that. Nowadays, depression is one of the most reasons why people are dying. And sometimes, I'm not a psychologist, but sometimes people are struggling to understand and take good out of this bad situation. Always look to the bright side. Always look to the, okay, I'm stuck here. What I need to do? How many times we run desperately, and we don't know why we're running? Sometimes we don't know what we are looking for. If you don't know what you're looking for, how do you want to achieve something? That is I think that is a quote for, I don't know, for someone, but say the definition of madness. It is when you are trying, you always do the same thing and every time expect a different result. How you're doing, how you are acting, how is your life? Only you know the truth. Only you know the answer for that question. And I do have my struggling points, not because I'm giving this, I'm better than anybody. I would say this speech is more for me than anybody else. Because we need to apply. And the moment we know this, we cannot deny. We cannot go back. So we must always learn and serve daily with a constant effort towards renewal for the infinite good, because constructive work in every moment of life is the sublime journey of every soul on the path of knowledge and virtue. Again, our friend Emmanuel giving us a message that we need to serve and learn every day. And he will keep going. Life per se is a divine group of experiences. Sometimes we experience bad. We are experience starvation. Sometimes we experience richness. Sometimes we experience poor situations. It is. It's like you. You don't wake up in the morning and say, "Hey, today I am happy." Even us, we still have good moments and bad moments in our day. I would say in the 24 hours of one day, we have several situations in which we are happy, in which we are good, and sometimes we are not. But if you have more bad moments than good moments, we need to find the balance. We need to find to resolve this equation. And why we need to resolve this equation? Because if you are having more bad moments than good moments, it's one trigger point for depression. If we have more good moments and no bad moments, if you are this kind of person, I'm sorry, probably you took the wrong bus and you are in the wrong planet. Or perhaps you are very special and you need to teach how to be happy, how to enjoy life every day and spread this. And with this lockdown, we are having this opportunity. How many lives, how many opportunities we are having to watch people all over the world with online meditation, online spiritist talk, online gospel talk, online fitness, all this. And at the end, when you finish when you finish this live, when you finish this, you're feeling good. And we keep it going. Within the struggle. But before we go to this point, we need to understand that everything we do, doesn't matter if you are Christian or not, if you do believe in God or not, if you do believe in Jesus or not, we always come towards Jesus, towards something good. And we need to go. We need to give the first step. Nothing will happen to us if we stay at the same position, acting as a victim. And we need to remove the mask that cover ourselves. Oh, that person is brilliant, is very good, and you think you are like this, but inside of you, you don't feel that. Inside of you, you are that kind of person. Hey, I'm not happy as people think I am. I don't feel loved. I don't have my perfect marriage like other people think. So these masks needs to be removed before you're going towards Jesus. And the reason is because we need to show ourselves from inside to outside. This is why. Jesus don't see you, that person. He sees what is inside of you. And the question he gonna ask is, how many hearts you have recovered? How many people have you helped? We need to act as we are and not the way we want the society to see us. But again, we need to balance this, because I know a lot of people say, hey, I am this person. It's accept me or don't accept. I will not change. I'm not saying to showing you like this, because if you are in this kind of position, I'm so sorry, you are not ready. You are not ready. Because if you don't want change, is the first step to show that you are not ready. We need, and also we need to stop to put ourselves in a self-pity position. We need to act. Let's say, okay, we had this lockdown, we have this invisible enemy, which I don't call enemy. We can say we're learning a lot with this Corona professor. We're learning a lot. And I can say, if you go to Facebook now, you see solidarity everywhere. You see people helping other people who cannot go to the shop. You see people say thank you for the frontline professionals. You see people giving fitness class from the rooftop of your building. What more? We can see people doing lives, showcase for free to raise money for food. So, my dear friends, can you see how God is using this bad moment to take out good things from us? Can you see that? It's either solidarity or not, because at the same time we do see people getting more selfishness. See, you go to supermarket and you buy all the bottle of waters, all toilet papers, because you're not thinking with your humankind act. You're not thinking with as you are part of a society. So we need to accept our day of service whenever and however the wise will of Lord has determined. And Jesus said, I do not ask that you take them out of the world, but that you deliver them from evil. So we need to deliver ourselves from the evil that operates with us, and we receive its divine help. As much as we ask to the end of this pandemic situation, this is not going to happen. Why? Because we want to seize our pain. We are not thinking how to stop our pain. It's like when you go, you drink a remedy to relieve your pain, but you don't take a remedy to go to the root cause of that pain. And when you discover you may have a cancer or something else, because you are just covering, you are using a mask to that pain. Okay? So within struggle, you see, again, what Emmanuel says to us. This is on the Living Spring book, chapter 162. Do not ask to be delivered from your suffering. Pray for the strength to bear it with serenity and heroism, so that you do not lose the advantage of experiencing it. See? Lose the advantage of experiencing it. You only know how to ride a bicycle if you fall from your bicycle. You don't born learning how to ride it. So you need to try, you need to use the supporting wheels, or sometimes not, but you fall, you hurt, but then you ride a bicycle. Never. Even though if you don't ride a bicycle for years, I bet if I give a bicycle to you right now and you just use it, you're gonna ride it. So do not ask for the stones to be removed from your pathway. Insist on receiving thoughts that will help you take advantage of them. Do not demand that your adversaries be driven away. Ask for resources for your own elevation so that you may transform their sentiments. Do not plead for the end of your problems. Look for ways to overcome them and to assimilate their lessons. We need to go to the root cause. We don't need to use one more mask. Nothing exists without a reason. So, what is the secret to move on? Have faith in yourself, because God is within us, within you. Therefore, to have faith in oneself is to have faith in God. Have confidence in your abilities and walk without fear of the obstacles ahead. You can win. You will win. Harmonize yourself with the trust that God has placed in you. He gave you all the capabilities for you to develop and put it into practice. This is on the Minutes of Wisdom by Pastorino. And the question I want to leave to you is, what do you want from life? Why do you want to live? Why are you here? What do you think about yourself? Check it out. What it is. You are afraid to be infected by the virus. But why? Perhaps, yeah, you're gonna die. Great, okay, you're gonna die. Perfect. But why you don't leave? And use the answer as your gear point to move forward. Do not let this action of solidarity cease at the same time when we finish this lockdown and we come back to our new normal. So, this is what we need to understand. This is what we need to really think about. And I'm really hope that this my presentation did not answer you many questions, but instead made you to build more questions, to create more questions. And the answer is only you able to get it. You won't find this answer in anywhere. The answer is inside of you, because the God's law, it is inside us, in our conscious, according as say the Spiritist book. And I'm going to my last slide, and I cannot finish this conversation with you here without say something that touched me, because as Jussara said, I'm living in Ireland. I'm in Ireland for about 11 years. And this country received me with open arms, taught me a lot of things every day. And that's another blessing. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. And until we meet again, may the Lord hold you in the palm of his hands. Thank you very much. Okay.
Hi, Stephen. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Exactly what we were needing for those times. It's been quite hard for everyone. We have been hearing people say from every place how hard it has been for them to deal with the unknown.
Yeah.
And much of this unknown actually refers to us getting to know ourselves and get to know ourselves. How do we actually um, act before certain circumstances like the one we are living, and to find ways and to find motivation, words of encouragement like those that you brought to us, to deal with this storm, to be sure that all is going to be over, and mainly to acknowledge that everything is actually helping us so much in terms of our spiritual maturity,
Yeah.
right? And so I was just thinking and meditating here about all those things, and uh, thinking about a few months from now, if people actually is going to take the opportunity of making a right assessment of how blessed we are in a way, and regardless of all the pain we are seeing, because everyone is in pain. Some, of course, more than others because they lack the bare necessities of
Mm-hmm.
life. But at the same time, we are all in pain. We are all dealing with so many challenges right now. And I think at this moment we are so blessed that we have spiritism, right, Stephen?
Well, well. I got your point. I'm
Yeah.
so glad we have the spiritual teachings, but at the same time doubles our responsibility
Hmm. It.
because we know. So when I said during the speech that we need to know the root cause, we need to understand and that we are it's action and reaction.
Hmm.
No, life will treat you the same way you treat life.
Yeah.
No, if you sow storm, if you sow storm, you reap hurricane. I don't know. It's not that the quote, but that
Yeah.
is. So we need to put seeds of love and spiritism. I invite everyone to start reading what is spiritism. That's a wonderful book in which you understand what's the steps of the spiritism. And if you are hunger for more answers, the Spirit's book is there as well. So we can find this in New York easily. Josara has the group of New York who has these books. Also, you can go to website and see. So that's a time. Why not learn? It's never late to do something.
Hmm. I was thinking, just to get advantage of you being here with us, that many people would like to know a little bit about the Spiritist movement in Ireland. If you
Okay.
could give us a brief overview, tell us about the story, about your story there, and it would be quite interesting.
Yeah. The, we have a spiritist group here in Ireland about 10 years or so. And of course, we do have most of the people are Brazilians. But the blessing here is Ireland is a cosmopolitan city, like New York. We have everyone from every part of the world here.
Mm-hmm.
So inside of our meeting day, we do have Brazilians, Italians, French, Slovakian, Russian, Spanish. So we do have these. So it's a multicultural.
Yeah, it's very much like here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the beauty of this is we needed to adapt the spiritism to
Mhm.
each. The way we speak to a Brazilian is not the same way we speak to American. It's not the same way we speak to an English person or Irish person. So you needed to reinvent yourself every day. That reason brought we have a group in Galway,
Mhm.
and in this group in Galway, which is the west side of the island, it's a Czech person. Is one of the leaders of the group.
Yeah, wow.
So, and we have in the south of the island another group in Cork, which is coming towards to this path as well. So, as we said, there are three groups here in Ireland. We do have the Spiritist Federation, and we are just sending the message because the children will be the ones who you have the same culture, who will speak the same language without problems, you
Yeah.
know, without the difficulties we experience in every day. And they give the message. And we have the International Spirit Council who is supporting us, who are helping us with material, with uh, 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 also moral support in order to not let us to give up because it's difficult. Sometimes what is easy to me to understand is not easy for someone else, and for me it's clear. And sometimes I ask myself why that person didn't understand this, but we needed to explain. No, and especially I know it's most part of the Europe, but here in Ireland everybody has a problem. Irish person that I met so far, most of them have problem with faith. They don't know if they will buy faith in a store, on a shop beside their home, how to have this faith. So that's one of the points that we need to work very hard here. So uh, the spiritist teachings here is on our baby steps, and thank you. We have Kardec because his books is a life changing for everybody.
Yeah, that's the thing. We are just sowing the seeds, right? We were, let's say, invited by divine providence to spread throughout the world. And now in each part, we see the the workers actually bringing to life here and there, like you're telling us here in Ireland. Um, the message, and like we were talking before, it is exactly in times like this one that we are all living that we see how much we actually need more understanding, start seeing life and the meaning of life from a different perspective,
Yeah,
because so far we were so, just living life, just
yeah,
good, going with the flow, and
yeah.
now we have all been called to, okay, it's time to graduate from kindergarten. And
It's time. It's
what?
time. It is. It
Yeah,
is.
but
It
that's
is.
wonderful, Stefan. So if you have anything, any final words that we would like to say before we go to our closing.
Well, I want to say thank you for all the works of the Spiritist Federation in the United States. Thanks so much for your time. We are here, and also let's do our homework and think about why what the message life is bringing to me now.
Mhm.
So answer that question. If you find your way in the Spiritism, I'm glad. If you find your way in the Buddhism, I'm glad. If you find your way in Catholic, I'm I'm glad. If you find your way in everywhere, if you don't find, if you find your way and you don't take any religious part, I'm glad as well. But the common point is love. As long as you love, you are fine. So let's spread this love. And thank you again.
Thank you again, Stephen. Thank you, all the good people of Ireland.
Yeah.
And it's been something that we have been trying to do, to especially the groups, the countries that have been working in the English language to disseminate spiritism. We have been trying to be each time more together, and to use our resources well, our time well, so in this manner we can produce more. So thank you everyone that have been with us. Thank you, all of those that will be watching this video later. And next week we will have our dear friend Anne Sinclair from the London, from the UK, to give us a talk as well. So don't miss it. It will be at the same time as this one. And now we are going to just offer our final prayer before we close this presentation. So once again, we address our Heavenly Creator, and as in gratitude, we want to say to our God that we acknowledge the blessings that we receive each and every day, and that we are grateful for our lives and for all the possibilities we have to learn and to evolve. We are grateful to our brother Jesus and all the benefactors that have been working us and supporting us in this work of dissemination of love and light, that we may continue doing that, that all the groups, federations, petitioners from all over the world, with the true intent to lead humankind to God, may be assisted and blessed. And may we all have a blessed day.
Okay.
Thank you, and until next week.
Thank you,
Bye.
everybody. Thank you. Bye bye.